Hi, Jose Luis.
Hello, good evening, Danitza. How are you? Is everything okay?
Yes, everything's okay.
Oh, great. Good to know. Let's begin, please, with today's class. We have to keep working with the first unit. Today, we're going to finish that unit. All right? This is the second of the new course. Remember, please, that everything is set on Pearson for you to work with me. We finished, right, everything now with the previous course, Anita, so everything should be done, and I'm only going to send the final scores. Let's say the final scores is just everything in a document with the percentage and the logic that I explained to you right on the first day, that we have 30% assignments, 30% for the three quizzes, and 40% that is going to be the final exam. All right, that's going to be the distribution of the grades that you see on Pearson, but of course, that percentage and the weighted score of each section is going to make it different. All right, so again, that's it for that one. We have to directly focus on this new unit now. As always, please, Danita, you can go to the document that we use, but just in case, I'm sharing this with you, and it is in the chat, the document we use for the examples. And once again, today we're going to take a look at some presentations. This is going to be the first one, models of request. And mainly this, Anita, is not going to be for writing, because this is going to be for speaking. And we're going to mainly analyze the situations in which we can use these possibilities. All right, it's not going to be something again that we're going to apply in writing. The second presentation for today is going to be for that, but this one, no. So let's begin. If we take a look at this briefly, then it's a models of request. What comes to your mind? How do you request something in English? And what models do you know that we can use? What do you say?
Okay. Mm, well, for request, I usually use will, would you, could you, or something like that, or would you mind? And also, can you do something? Those models.
Okay, yes, you have them all. Exactly. You named all of the models that we can use for requests. That's perfect. And not only requests, but in these lessons, we're going to take a look at different elements as offering invitations, but they follow the same logic. So let's practice this directly, because I don't believe this presentation is going to need a lot of our time. It's something that we have to know all. That's it. So these are the models. You mentioned all of them, I believe. And it's a can, will, could, and would. And some of them can be in combination with other words, right? Like would like, for example. Mhm. So it is possible, yes. Now, if I ask you here, Danisa, of those four main models, can, will, could, and would, how can you order that in terms of how formal or informal they can be? What do you say? Which one is the most formal? Which one follows the most formal? Which ones are the informal or less formal? What do you say?
Mm, I think would is more formal, and then could. Um, well, um, then can and will. I think that will be
Yeah, actually, it is correct. With them, we don't have a specific order, but those are the categories that you mentioned, and that's correct. The most formal models for this situation are could and would, and the less, right? We're not going to see the least, but the ones that are less formal than those two are can and will. All right, good. Sometimes, only sometimes, and I believe it's only one situation when it is proposal, right? You know the question, will you marry me, for example? And that question will can be formal, very formal for that case. But in most of the cases, 99% of the cases, I believe again that that's the only exception. That it's because I cannot think of other possibility, other example. But besides that, again, less formal, can, will, more formal, could and would. Not exactly this order, it's going to change according to the specific detail, but that's the logic that we have to follow, right? We know the main formula needs always the base term with more. Now, these are requests. We're not going to read this directly, Anissa, but you can scan it and you can identify that we're using will, could, can, and would, right, to ask for requests. And what is a request? Is you have the definition over there, right? When we ask someone to do something, it can be for us or to do something in general. So let's try to use, we're only speaking this time, please, Anissa, but taking a look at the elements that you see there in the presentation, give me please 4 different examples. It means one example per model that we can use, right? One with can, one with will, one with could, and one with would for requests. And try to use real life information. It means what requests you usually ask in your daily life. All right, if it's possible. If not, again, anything that comes to your mind. So what do you say? What requests come to your mind in Anita?
Mm, well, I usually work with email, so could you resend the email, please?
Okay, yes, could you respond, reply the email, please?
Right.
Yes, right, respond, reply, answer, all those are going to work good. And a reply is going to be specifically for something that is text sometimes, right? Texting or writing emails, but all of those work. So yeah, that's one. Good. 3 more, please, with the 3 models that are left.
Mm, mm, mm. Would you mind mailing this mailing this I don't know, answers for me or something like that, but something that it's need to reply later, like an answer from an email.
Okay, mail, yes, you're using mail as a verb there, right? It's correct. So one more time, would you mind mailing, right? And then you can say, right, this for me, right? Because you can mail many things. You can send information, you can attach, right, documents, pictures, many things, right? So you can say anything, and you don't have to be specific. So again, if you say, would you mind mailing, right, this for me? And of course, that's going to be a request, right? That's okay. Or would you mind mailing these documents? Would you mind mailing to, all right, the person that is waiting for a response, and so on and so on, right? Anything that comes to your mind and it makes sense in terms of using that verb, it was really good. Okay, that's two. It's good. Again, if you have questions, you can let me know, but I believe that they are working good in that way. We have 2 more, with can and with will.
Can you close the window, please?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Can you close the window, please? Or can you please close the window? And one more, please. The last one with will.
Will you? I don't know. Nothing sounds good with will. Will you? Will you?
Yes, it's weird, but it is correct.
Can I say something like I want to say something like I know I don't know something like park or orillarse. I don't know how to say that.
It depends. If you're in the car, you have to say pull over. Right? If you're driving, you have to go there, right? That's one pull over.
Yeah. Can I say it? Will you pull over here or next to the car?
Yeah. It's a request. You're asking someone to do something. It is correct. Will you pull over here, please? So it's the same as, can you pull over here, please? Could you pull over here, please? And I think it's everything, right? Yes, would you? Could you? Can you? Yes, the four of them. So yeah, it is possible. It sounds weird, but it is correct. Will you help me with this, please? Will you close the window? Will you open the door? Because remember, will is not future here, right? It's not future. It's just translated as request. Okay, so yeah, it is good. Now, if I ask you to respond to one of these affirmatively, for example, in a short way, how do you respond if I ask you, could you please open the door? What do you say? How do you reply? Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, something like, of course.
Yeah, good. Sure, of course, that's actually expected. Good. And in a negative way, could you please open the door?
No, I'm sorry, I can't. So.
Okay. I can. Yes, great. I believe that you know the rule, right? And the rule is divided just in affirmative and negative possibilities. And what does it say in general? It's divided in two parts. If it's affirmative, we only use can and will for affirmative responses. For negative responses, we use can't. We don't use could and would because it gives the idea of possibility and not acceptance. And we don't use won't or couldn't because it gives the idea of impossibility in a negative way or impolite, being impolite. Okay, that's why in affirmative, can and will, in negative, can't. We don't use the other options because it sounds incorrect, it sounds impolite, and it gives a different idea, not what we want to transmit. All right, we don't need to practice this, but you're going to let me know if you have questions. All right, and once again, if we see presentations like this, we're going to go quick, but what do you say? Do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay, let's keep going. The second category, and this is going to be even easier, offers. Here we use can and could. We can use would, but as you said before, it has to be a combination of would and like. Okay, so we have three possibilities: can, could, and would like. And we have to be careful here. This is offer. So we are offering to do something for someone else. Okay, we are not asking for something. No, we are offering something. So we have to be careful with that. It's hard to think of examples here, Danisa, but imagine that you're in a situation in which you are the host, right? You have a party, Danisa, you are the host, and you are every time, right, going with your guests, and you are asking them, you're offering them things. That's a good way to use this. Or if your job is related to offering services like this directly, also use this. Okay, if someone visits for you, also use this. Okay, so what do you say with those situations that I'm giving you? What three examples can you give me then? With can, could, and would like, but not request in this case, offers. What do you say?
Um, mm, can I bring you something? Mm,
Yeah, it works. Can I bring you something? Yeah.
mm, mm, um, I have a question. If, for example, I am a waitress, a person who is working in a restaurant, all right? Yeah, can I say could I something like could I give you something else, something like that? Is that is correct?
Yeah, yeah. Since this example, it's possible, right? Could I get you something to eat? Could I get you something else exactly in case you feel that the client, right, needs something else? And of course, pretending that you're the waitress in that restaurant or place, yes, it works perfectly. All right. Let's try to think of something specific because as we have part of the example over there, what can you offer? What do you say? What can you offer specifically to a client? Or imagine, you can also imagine that you have visits, all right, you have guests, and you have to offer them some details. So how do you do that?
Mm, I don't know. Like, um, um, okay, mm, I don't know if that's okay. Could I get your order? Is that okay? If I
Yeah,
want to say that,
I couldn't get that very well.
I, could I get your order, your what he or she wants to have, wants to eat.
Okay, yes, yes. Could I get your order? Yes, if you feel that the person is ready, right, to order. Yes, it's possible and it's different from this one. So, yes, that's correct. Only one more. Again, I know this is difficult because it's not common. Actually, it's very uncommon to offer something, okay? It's more common to ask for requests than to offer things, right? And it's of course something that applies to many professions, not all of them, but I get it, all right? Even for me to think of many offers is not easy. I have to think of just variations of the same offer. Okay, so with that in mind, try to think of something that is related perhaps to what you said. But the last one, please, Anita, would like.
Mm, would you like uh, one
Yeah, one more time,
here
Anita.
no here I need a noun or something like that. I cannot use if I want to say something like would you like um you know mm, go through another bedroom, maybe because I don't know, there's a show or something like that. So I would like to invite the guest to move to another area.
Yeah, good. And in this case, it's not going to be invitation. The next one is going to be invitation, but it is correct. But you use always infinitive, right? It's good. Would you like to go to a different bedroom, to a different room, right? Would you like to go, but mainly even better, to move, right? And mainly you want that person's approval because you're offering that possibility, and it's correct. Not only nouns. Here we have a noun, but that example is great. Then it's would you like to move to a different room because of the noise, because of this, because of that, and so on? It is correct. So that's even offers. We don't have to see anything else but that one that needs. The only thing we're doing is comparing requests with offers, with invitations, and orders. All right, very briefly. That was offers. If you have questions, let me know. If not, we're going to go to invitations. An invitation can be almost similar to an offer in an instant. What's the difference? An offer is something that you are going to do for that person. That's why here, as I told you, it is correct, but it's an invitation that we're going to see here. All right? Because an invitation is something that the person can do, or you are asking that person to do, but in the sense or in the form of an invitation. Because an offer, again, to be an offer, is going to be you doing something for that person. But an invitation, the person is going to do something, and it's very likely not as a request, but as an invitation and something that perhaps you are going to do together, right? Because usually if you invite someone to something, it's because you are going to be there too, right? So if that's the logic, again, that's invitation, right? So again, it's sometimes the difference can be subtle, but that's the difference between offer and invitation. And now here we need an invitation. For invitations, we can, will, could, and would like. All right, one more time would like, but now it has to be invitation. So what do you say then? What four examples can you give me? Once again, give me four different invitations for four different events or situations to use these elements. What do you say? Let's do it, please.
We can, it could be something like, can you otro verbo. Can I say something like, can you work with me for this activity? So it's like an invitation.
Yeah, exactly. That's invitation. You're not offering yourself, right, to do something. You want to do that together, and that's invitation, correct? That's one. Can you work with me, right, in this project, with this work, with this assignment, and so on? That's one. Great. Will, one with will, or any of the three that are left.
Okay. We have are you take the bus with me? The bus.
One more time, please. I couldn't hear very well.
Will you take the bus? Like transportation, maybe bus.
Yes, again, that's going to be invitation as long as in most of the cases it's expected that you are going to be there with that person, right? In order for this to be invitation more than request, it has to be you together in that activity. So yes, if you say, will you take or will you take the bus with me or will you join me take the bus? That's also in a certain way an invitation, right? To join you, to go with you. All right, good, great. That's the second. What about the last two then?
Um, would you, oh, would you spend this this Christmas Eve with us, something like that?
Yes, yes, we're following the idea of the model that we have here. It's a different idea, though. It's correct and it's valid. Could you spend, right, this Christmas Eve with us? Yeah. Or with my family, or in my house, or again, only with me. Yeah. All of those are possibilities. They are correct. So only one left, then. It's the last one, please.
Okay. Would you um, would you like to um, to go, or would you like to um, travel with me? Something like that?
Yeah, it's correct. Remember, anything that comes to your mind that involves the two of you over there, or actually more people doing that together, works perfect. Would you like to travel with me? Great. That's it now. Okay, now I was just pressing space. Now that's invitations, all right? Also simple. I know that when we force and we have to say that now, it's harder to think of examples, right? That's why I'm not going to ask for more elaborated things, because to do that, we need a real life situation, all right? But again, now it's for practicing reinforcing. This is not a very, very important topic, let's say, but if we have this clear, we are good. Now, this is the last one that I need to. And again, this is just showing you, and I'm paying attention to what Pearson does, and I'm following what Pearson is showing me. Only I'll have and I'd like to order in a restaurant. All right, you use those two possible expressions to order whatever you want. So what do you say? This is just to finish sentence. You don't have to think of anything complex, just whatever simple thing that comes to your mind. Give me only, please, two different orders. One order with I'll have, and one order with I like to finish this presentation. What do you say? What two different orders can you give?
Mm, um, I will have um, mm, um, um, no, ¿cómo se dice esto? A burger, at McDonald's. I don't know. Can I say? How can I say? I don't know this expression. It's like, uh, oh, no. I will have a classic burger, something like that. Can I say that, right?
It's good. It's good. That's good. That's one.
I will like. Mm, mm, I will like. Um, I will like chicken Chinese food directly, right?
Yeah, it's valid. I would like some Chinese food or anything related to it. And remember, here you have a lot of possibilities, but one more time, here we are not practicing vocabulary for that specifically. It's enough if you show that you can use this expression for any of those words or any you consider. All right, so for me, this is good. We have now a different presentation to practice something else and to write examples in this case. But before going there, all right, and we have the time. Yes, this is going to be more than enough. These minutes that we got. So, do you have any questions about this short lesson, Danisa? Here you have some extra things that you're going to take a look later on, but it's something that you know how to use because you used this at the beginning. Would you mind? Would you mind if? Do you mind if? All right, so take a look at that. It's not part of the lesson, but it's something extra that I believe that you already know. All right, and then you have some links to practice. So what do you say? Any questions about this quick and short lesson?
No, I think it's okay.
All right, good. Again, some of them can be very short, as I told you. Actually, well, these took longer, but it's important that it's clear. Now, so and such. This is going to be important to know. What do you know about these two words, Denise?
Such. I think it's for such is used for comparisons. Yes. And so it's used to link or or make emphasis in that something is in the same way. In a not compare, but to I don't know how can I express this, but to add the idea of something is more something like to be in this way too. Something like that.
Okay, all right. Yes, it can be again. They actually can have different meanings. Here we're going to pay attention to one. All right, only one meaning for each of them. But I want to be sure. I agree with the things you were mentioning about so, but I'm not sure about such. I want to be sure about that. What example can you give me using such for comparison, as you were saying? How can you use it?
Such. Such. Right now. Such. I usually see that text use such to express an example, something like such as these equations right here that are equal to these others, but in a different way. That was my idea.
Yes, and I think that's better explained. Yes, because if you say comparison, actually, it's not going to be possible, right, to use such to compare two things. Of course, we can use anything to compare things, but this is not used to compare things. This can be a part of things that you are being compared, right? But the thing that you're mentioning, yes, yes, the intention of such in that purpose is to illustrate, explain, extend, right, information about something by giving examples. Such as, in that case, the combination of those two words, such as, is going to be the introduction to that set of examples, right? So yes, I agree with that one. Good. Now, but let's go to the meaning that we have to learn today about those two words. Here, in this lesson, Anissa, we have to understand these two words in this way. You're going to tell me what's the purpose and what's the meaning of these words. Actually, not about the meaning, but what's the usage that you're giving to these words. But to give an explanation, Anita, first, let's read these 4 examples, please.
She's so beautiful. They are so smart. It is such a beautiful day. He's such a gentleman.
Exactly. So this is the way in which, in this lesson, at least, because again, we have many ways, but in this lesson, we have to learn this purpose, this usage. So what do you say? How are we using so and such in these 4 sentences? And what's the purpose that they have?
To make emphasis.
Yes, good. It sounds good. Emphasis, correct. We are also intensifying something, right? Emphasis and intensifying. All right. So beautiful, so smart, such a beautiful day, such enjoyment. The next question, Anita, before going to the lesson, because again, this is not long, but we're going to apply some writing here. What's the difference then if both of them are used for emphasis or intensifying something? What's the difference between so and such in this purpose?
I think so. It's working with adjective and such. That is gentleman. The object. I don't know.
Yes, you're this is going to be, this seems confusing, right? But this case, gentleman is not an adjective. This is going to be a noun. And day is also a noun. Beautiful is describing day. But such is here not because of beautiful, is here because of day. So on base, Danitza, yes, so intensifies adjectives and such intensifies nouns. But as we're going to see in this lesson briefly, so can also intensify adverbs, so can also intensify nouns. But to intensify nouns, we need an extra word. So only so is not possible. All right, we need something extra. But yes, that's the main difference. Great. Let's now get into it then. That is, as we said and I mentioned, the intensify adjectives, adverbs, and nouns. Such only nouns. Okay, such only nouns. So only so adjectives and adverbs. But so plus one possible word that we're going to see can also intensify nouns. Okay, so the word so is wider, all right, broader in terms of the freedom of the freedom that you got to use it with many words. It's not the case of such. Such is reduced to nouns. You can see adverbs there, you can see adjectives there, but you're not using such with them. You're using such only because of the noun. Because if the noun is not there, you don't use such. It's impossible to use such. All right. Let's begin with the common use of so, that is with adjectives and adverbs. Let's read these examples, please, Denise.
Use so with an adjective or an adverb to make it stronger. It's so hot today. She looks so young in the photo. He walks so slowly. It's so annoying.
Thank you, Denise. Okay, now we're going to first read everything about so, then we give examples, and we have the time. We are going to also do the same for such. All right, again, our limit is going to be finishing the last details o'clock. We can use some extra minutes, but before 10:05, we have to finish it. So this is the first one. Again, if you have questions, let me know. Remember that so is located before the adjectives and before the adverbs that it modifies. Okay, that's the first one, easy. The second one is what I was telling you. And actually, you have two variations. So much and so many for quantities or big amounts. So few, so little for the opposite. All right, but if you use the combination of those words, so much, so many, so few, so little, you can use it with nouns. Of course, if it's so many, it's for countable. If it's so much, it's uncountable. All right, let's read the two examples that you got there, please.
There were so many people there. We had so much time left.
Great, thank you. So again, so many for countable, so much for uncountable. The same here, so few for countable, so little for uncountable. It's the same example, but just to remember that one, please. And it's also with these two examples, they are the same, but of course the meaning that it has, or they have in this case, is different. Let's read those, please.
There were so few people. Oh,
Only the two examples.
there, and we have so little time left.
Exactly right. There were so people there, so few people there, and we had so little time. All right. So once again, the meaning that they are giving in Anitza is, well, actually usage is the same for countable and uncountable nouns, but the meaning is different, right? It's actually the opposite. So that's, let me see, I think we're going to do the following. Yes, we're going to have the time. So those are the usages for so. Again, it's very, very quick and short. You use it with adjectives or adverbs directly. You use it with countable nouns, so much and so many with countable and uncountable nouns, and so few, so little also for countable and uncountable nouns. But again, you are intensifying the idea in all of those cases. Please, again, I believe we know this, but let me know if you have questions about that. Again, I'm just reinforcing something that you have to be covering at Pearson. But my job here is going to be to make you practice also this in, well, with these exercises and to see if you have questions. So if you have questions, please let me know, Danitza. If not, let's go to the document, all right, to our document, and we're going to write one example of so plus adjective or adverb, okay, one of those you decide. One example with so much or so many, also you decide which one you want to use, Danitza, and one example with so few and so little. All right, the examples can be separated, the examples can be joined by a fanboy, can follow the recommendations for punctuation marks, okay? So it's going to be up to you. It can be separate sentences or combined ideas, but we need a total of 3 examples, right? Once again, one with adjective or adverb, one with nouns, but for big quantities, and one for nouns, but for small quantities. Let's do it, please. We're going to have 2 to 3 minutes, actually 3 minutes to do it. If you finish before, let me know. And also if you have questions, Please let me know.
Um, could you repeat the instructions, please? With
So,
so and such.
no, only so, right? We didn't see such yet in the explanation here. Of course, we covered that at the beginning, but only with so. One with so plus adjective or adverb, only one. One with so much or so many, and one with so few or so little. All right, you decide between those ones. But you only need three examples in total. They can be separate examples or they can be combined. But we're not doing the example with such yet. All right, you finish with this. We give the feedback, and such is very short because it only has one possibility. So we cover that fast and we do the example for that. Okay, but now only so in those three situations.
Okay.
All right, good. Okay, so we're close to those 3 minutes. Let's try to finish those ideas and we check. All right, you're missing just one. Okay, no, you're missing that one. Let's finish that one and let's read those two. We work the third one together. All right. So let's read those two, please. And it's a word with the 3 minutes. We're going to work the third one together and just by speaking. But let's read those two first.
Okay. The city is so magnificent, and those blocks have so many buildings.
Yes, great. Those are correct. Exactly. The city is so magnificent and so many buildings in the second case. Now, just by speaking again to have time to cover the last one because it's very short, what example can you give me with the last type in that needs? Remember, so few and so little. Something that is the opposite to so much and so many. What example comes to your mind?
We had so little inve- investment. How can I say inversor? Investment. You say
Ah,
much in that.
yeah, you call it an investor also because if you invest, you're an investor.
We had so little investors to continue with the project.
Okay, one more time, please. Then it's, I don't know what happened. I received a message for the audio, but one more time, please. I couldn't hear the first part.
No. Yes, so few investors. Yeah, we had so few investors, right?
Uh-huh. Exactly. Can you hear me, Danitza?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes, because if it's going to be countable, it has to be investors. That has to be countable. So few, right? So few. Yes. Okay, good. Now look again, just because of the time, I believe that it's better than doing it just quickly. I believe that this is going to be the last part now. We're going to cover calmly the last one. That is only 2 slides, but it's going to be better because I want to be sure that this is going to be clear. And I also want to give you more time to think of more examples with such, because even though such is very short, Danitza, it can have many variations, being singular, being plural, having only the noun, or having the adjective and the adverb. So it has variations that I believe it's important that you know. All right, so this is going to be left for tomorrow, but we cover one lesson and almost everything for this second lesson. So I want to know if you have any questions only about so, Danitza. What do you say?
I think right now can I cannot mention something specific, but I think I know we don't have enough time, but maybe a good exercise could be uh, make click on those links you put there at the end of the slides and try to analyze something, because right now I think I spend more time thinking about an example that well, with the specific situations that I think are already show here. Maybe I could have more questions.
Okay, yes, of course, we can apply also, we can do that even here if we have the time to practice with those elements in class, we can do it. Also, right, working you by yourself, working on Pearson or with these links on your own. So either being here in class with me, working with those examples or those links, or you by yourself, yeah, if that's going to be useful, we're going to do it. But again, in case we are not going to apply that in the class just because of the time that we already used, you're going to do it and you let me know. All right, but yeah, I mean, it's also good because if we don't think of something or a possibility like that, it's a way of improving, right, the way we can express ourselves. Because if I give you directly everything without making you think in that way, it doesn't matter that we use extra time there. We're always going to have, right, the time to finish everything. But sometimes I prefer that you create that, that you try to produce that by taking a look at some examples. To me, that's always going to be a better option, even though, again, it can take some more time. But I need you to be more confident about that little by little. Because remember, even with some, let's call them structures that are very simple, you sometimes feel that you're not finding the word. But again, if I don't make you look for that word once and over again, it's going to be there and it's not going to improve. All right, so we're going to work on a mix. You work with those ones. I'm going to apply also those links in class if we see that we have the time for practice. But I wanted to make that comment, all right? It's not a waste of time when you're trying to think of some possible examples. No, it can take some time, but again, it's something that you are working on that. And that's actually a process that has to improve and has to be quicker and quicker. All right. And again, without repetition and without trying, it's not going to happen. Right. It's never going to happen without pushing you over there. But that's it. All right. So again, it's good what we're doing. In we're going to try to look also just to finish in this last minute that we got, Anitza. And I'm going to be sharing the poll in the meantime that you see over there. We're going to try to also, if we finish with all the contents, because my main job for the course for executive English is to cover the contents. But if we get to finish everything on time or before, I want to apply different other activities that before were possible, Danitza, because these courses were like 1 month each course. Now it's only 8 days, and that limits a lot the activities that I wanted to practice and I practiced before, like reading some articles, like writing longer and more complex activities, essays, and more. Right now, because of the limit that we have of time, is not possible, but we're going to try also to apply some other details. All right, I just wanted to comment that to finish. I don't know if you have any questions, Anitza. Again, because related to this, perhaps not to the lesson, but related to what I told you, or any comments to finish. Let me know, please.
No, that's good.
All right. Okay, good. Then let's finish over here. That's going to be it for now. I'll see you tomorrow to finish the last part with you, and then we continue working. All right. Have a good night and see you tomorrow, then.
Good evening.
All right. Bye bye.
I